Okay,
now
for butter
we're
chicken,
going to be making butter chicken.
you need butter. Okay, for butter chicken, you need butter. But that's not it. Okay, so you also need honey. I'll show you what to do that later. Cayenne pepper, tomato passata or tomato tin, it doesn't really matter. You need loads of different spices, but I'll tell you what they are later. And you need onions. There's 2 onions there, but you've got to chop them up. Garlic, ginger, cardamom, whatever it is called, and cloves. Okay? Good. Okay, now we have to make the sauce, the buttery sauce. Okay? Saw that.
What do you put in the pot?
So, in the pot, we've got some oil. It could be any oil. It could be vegetable oil. It could be groundnut oil. It could be sunflower oil. It could be olive oil. But it's not the oil you put in your dad's car, okay? It's just cooking oil. So you start off with putting the onions in. Yeah, and it starts to sizzle. Make sure the oil is hot enough so there's a little sizzle. Okay. And then once you got all the onions in, you can put the cloves in, the brown ones. Okay. And before you put the cardamom in, you've got to bite it. Otherwise, the flavour doesn't come out.
Or crush it
Or crush it.
with a rolling pin.
That's a good point. I'm going to bite it. Unless you're cooking for somebody else who you don't know very well, then you should crush it. It's called manners, it's called etiquette.
But he hasn't got them.
Okay? Okay, so cook the onions for about 10 minutes or so. But when they're just about to start getting brown, I don't know if you can see in there, can you see the pot? Okay, it's just about to start getting brown, then you can put your garlic and your ginger in. Your garlic, ginger, okay, just give that a stir, mix it all together, and then let it cook for about another 10 minutes when the onions will start to go proper brown, okay? So you don't burn them, just before they look like they're about to be burnt, and then we're going to go into the next step, okay? Okay, so I forgot to tell you about this green box. It's called Kasuri Methi or fenugreek leaves. You can get it from Asda, okay? You just need to sprinkle a bit of this into your onions and your garlic and ginger mixture. Not a lot, just a sprinkle, just like you'd put on like basil on a pizza. That amount is not a lot, okay? And you mix it all in together. Just let that cook with the onions. See, they're not quite brown yet. So we're still going to give them another 5 minutes or so. Okay? Great.
By the way, I'm videoing it.
Okay. Now the onions are browning, it's time to put the spices in. And there's quite a few, so let me just read these out. Okay. Firstly, this is yellow one. Shouldn't put too much in because it makes the teeth go yellow as well, so don't have too much. Sprinkle that over the top. This is called turmeric, or the Punjabi word for it is called haldi. Okay, I'll put a tiny bit more in. So when I mix all that up, you will see the onions will go slightly orange. Okay, but still quite not burning yet. So you've still got a chance to cook off some of the spices we're putting in. If you don't cook your spices properly, it can give you a tummy ache. So you've got to make sure they're cooked. The second main ingredient, which you'll find in most Indian curries, is something called garam masala. Garam means hot, and masala is a spice. This isn't actually too hot. It's just slightly spicy. So we're going to put a few spoons of that in. Okay. Now, I'm also going to put in some salt. Not a lot, because salt is bad for you. That's all you need. You don't need any
Really,
more of
Dad?
that.
Just really?
It's true. It's bad for you.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that.
Okay, so if you like chili, Jaya likes chili.
I love chili.
You could put a bit of this in, but not a lot. Because if you put a lot in, when you go to the toilet, it'll give you a sore bum. So don't put a lot in. Just a sprinkle, okay? There you go.
Yes, chili.
That's it. No more than that. You don't need any more than that. Now, if you're making this for your mummy and your daddy, and they like it a bit more chillier, you can put these in. These are called green chilies. And they don't make your bum sore. But you can have a few of those, they're okay. Okay, so we'll leave those till later and we'll put those in after we give the kids their food. Okay, all done.
No, they're food.
Okay. Now everything is cooking nicely. You've got your onions, your garlic, your ginger, and you've also got your spices in there. Everything's turning nice and brown. Now you can put in either your tomato tins or tomato passata. So if you don't like lumps in your tomatoes and you like a nice smooth sauce, use passata. And I'm just going to pour a bit in like that. Probably about half the bowl. Okay. And we'll give that a stir.
A lot of tomato in it.
Yeah.
Tomato stuff
Yeah, that's the main, it's called the base of the sauce. The base, it means it's the main ingredient of the sauce.
in it. Yeah.
So you just cook that.
A lot of Indian
Yeah,
have it.
you do.
A lot of curries.
It does. And then just let that carry on cooking on the same heat until it starts to bubble. Okay? And you get tiny little bits of the oil.
No, look, it's starting to bubble.
Yeah. So you let that carry on for about 5 minutes so everything comes together. Yeah, so it's not all separate.
It looks like it's freezing.
Okay, and you'll start to see tiny little bits of oil. Remember, not your dad's car oil, or the vegetable oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, or nut oil. They're the best ones to use for curries.
What was the other one beginning with G?
Yeah, don't know. All right,
Sorry, you got
Okay.
a really funny noise.
that's it. Done.
Doesn't it?
Okay, so you're probably wondering, where's the butter and where's the chicken? Okay, but that next step is the chicken.
Honey.
Okay, and where's the honey? We know about the honey now.
She loves honey.
The butter actually goes in at the end. Next step is the chicken. You stick the chicken in. If you notice, this chicken's already been cut. You can buy it in packets from your supermarket. Tesco, Asda, or if you're posh, Waitrose. Or you put that in. Slide it in. If you notice, I've covered it up with cling film after I cut it because you shouldn't really mix raw chicken with anything else because you can get really poorly. Okay? And then you'll just stir that up. Right, stir it up properly so all of the sauce is covering the chicken. Okay? And I made it extra saucy because that's how Jaya's mummy likes it. Yeah. Okay. Now, that's all done.
Look at that, she's putting it in the honey. Now she put it away.
And then what we do is put a lid on it and let that cook on medium heat for about 15 minutes. That's it. And then it's time for the butter, the honey, and also, I forgot to tell you earlier on, the cream. It's a cream that makes it look pink. It's like what you get in restaurants. Okay? We'll show you that in a second. 10 to 15 minutes later, you can check your chicken, and what you'll see is it's getting really nice and cooked. It's not too dry. There you go, and it's nice and saucy. I don't know if you can see that, Jaya.
Yeah.
Okay, and now there's probably about another 5 minutes worth of cooking the chicken left to do. So it's a really good time to put in the honey. Right, you go 1 big spoon of honey like that. Okay, in fact, because we're only using a teaspoon here rather than a tablespoon, you could probably put in another teaspoon or 1 big tablespoon, okay? Right, now the problem with honey is it sticks to the spoon and is difficult to get off the spoon. So for that, you need a little bear, right? Because bears love honey. Okay, so let's go and find a little bear. And it's a clean spoon. Okay, now you have to get rid of the spoon and get rid of the bear. Out. Go on, off you go.
Now get out.
No more. That's it. Okay, so now you mix the honey in. Because the honey actually makes it sweet. You don't want it all too spicy. Because when you have it in the restaurants, it's actually a nice creamy sweet dish, isn't it? It's not too hot and spicy for you. So, now you've done that, you can also pour in some cream. Now you can't cook cream for too long, which is why it needs to go in at the end. So, I'm going to add that now.
That's nice.
If you overcook the cream, it curdles, which means it goes all funny and it doesn't look nice and creamy and silky. So I'm going to put a bit of cream in. And the good thing about cream is if you do accidentally make it too spicy, it makes it milder. It takes some of the spice away. Okay?
But it also tastes great if you like love or
There you
like
go.
love. Oh my gosh.
So now it looks more like what you get in the restaurants if you've ever had butter chicken or tikka masala or a korma, which is the mildest dish you can get.
The most mild dish.
Yeah.
We have to have a mild dish because of Naina.
Right,
She
so-
doesn't like spices.
And the very, very final step
Is butter.
is butter. Now you actually need a big chunk of butter, not too much, not like you're putting cakes, but enough so you can taste it in the curry. So I'm just going to put a very big blob in.
He's not used to baking cakes.
No, and you shouldn't have this quite often. And this is a bit of a cheat. Normally, if we have this regularly, we don't actually put the butter in it, but you'll probably like it. So let me just put this in. Don't put too much in. Put a big blob in, and then just let that melt. It will melt very, very quickly because it's very hot in there.
Where's it gone?
It's gone to the middle. There it is there. You see it?
Oh yeah.
And then just put the lid back on it for another 5 minutes. That's it.
No, you can see the iPhone.
Okay, so a few minutes later, once we let the butter melt, you can see everything's absorbed together, everything's kind of mixed together, and that's all you need. And that is all ready to serve up. All we have to wait for now is Mummy's naan breads. Okay?